Today, I did cardio after legs, and I did HIIT, high-intensity interval training, where you do intervals of high-intensity cardio in between quick intervals of low-intensity cardio to recover. Full-on sprints, then recovering. You're supposed to do average around 6 or so per session, so maybe 2 minutes of sprinting with 60 seconds of walking in between. The time variables can change. I did the easier form, which is I did do 2 minutes of sprinting, but my sprint was not an all-out sprint. I'll admit that. I gotta start slow. I have no cardio right now. I get winded going upstairs. Horrible cardio. I can lift a house and a half, but no cardio. So I did 2 minutes of moderate sprinting to ease myself into it. But then I give myself like a good 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, about 2 minutes of rest walking instead of like a quick 60 seconds. So it was an easier form, and I still only got through like 3 or 4 intervals max before I was totally cramped up. I mean, I was gassed and winded after the first sprint. I was like, but obviously, mentally pushing myself through it, just finish it. It's all mental, until the fourth one when I physically couldn't stay doing it anymore because my entire stomach was just like locked up, and I was like side stitched all the way up here, and I actually had to stop. So I got off, sat down for a minute or 15, and then I got back on. I did one more interval, tried doing low intensity cardio for a little bit, did one more interval, and then I realized I was completely gassed out. So that is where I'm at cardio-wise. I probably have, legitimately, not even exaggerating, not even just trying to make a funny example, I, in all seriousness, probably have the same cardiovascular stamina as a sedentary, obese individual. No lie, no joke. I get winded going up staircases. But I used to have really good cardio back in my fighting days, so I think I can get it back pretty fast. But I just want to share with you guys my embarrassment. That is my cardio. It's disgusting. It's horrible. Even my girlfriend makes fun of me for it. So I'm going to increase my cardio now, and that is my goal. So I'll keep you guys updated on my cardio, the style I'm doing, and how I adjust my HIIT training as I progress cardiovascular-wise. But check out what I come home to. Look at this. So yes, that is my house, always working out going on. But I wanted to give you guys basically the rundown on what's going on here. When I say cardio, I'm not talking about cardio for losing fat or getting cut. Honestly, when it comes to showtime, I actually never do cardio for shows, or very rarely do it, and if I do, it's only towards the end, right near the show. Really what cardio will do for you weight loss-wise is it'll help increase TDEE. Basically, it'll help increase that caloric deficit that's already making you cut. It's just giving you a little bit more of a caloric deficit. So it basically allows you to eat a little bit more, really, is what it's doing. Picture, basically, if you're looking at calories like your daily budget, you have this much money that you need to maintain to survive, and if you spend enough to go below that maintenance amount, that's when your bank account starts draining. That's when your bank account starts cutting. If you get more money coming in than you're actually spending, that's when you get more calories coming in than you're actually burning off. That's when you start bulking. Your bank account goes in a surplus. So if you're cutting, you're already in a deficit, as in you're already spending more money than you're making, or you're spending enough to make it so it's tight budgeting. Picture cardio as basically like someone gave you a big old coupon for groceries at Walmart or something, and that coupon's going to help you out with like the first 10 or 15 bucks of your groceries, but then the rest is still on you to spend. So that's all it is. That cardio burn like X amount of calories, that's that many more calories you're allowed to eat throughout the day and still stay on your deficit goal, if that makes sense to you guys. So cardio really shouldn't be used for weight loss. It should just be used to kind of help you maintain your deficit, and if anything, get a little more, take in a little more calories throughout the day and live a little bit better. If your metabolism helps, it stays up, you can eat a little bit more throughout a diet. So cardio is really just a good benefit for dieting if you're doing it for weight loss. But today, what I'm talking about clearly is not weight loss. I'm talking about literal cardiovascular stamina, and it's really, really important for weightlifters to use. And I've obviously fallen into the whole mindset that a lot of weightlifters get into, where it's like, oh, you don't need cardio, just lift big or whatever. But I mean, you really do. It's funny because I have a lot of muscular stamina. And you guys have seen it. I did the incline bench press challenge, for example, where I did close to 40 reps with 135 on the incline bench, and then I proceeded to continue doing regular working sets with 225 right after that. So you guys see, like, I can do a lot of reps, and I can still put on a lot of weight and do a lot of reps with a lot of weight afterwards. That's muscular stamina. I have a lot of that. The two aren't hand in hand, so you can have one without having the other. But cardiovascular stamina, your heart health, obviously, how winded you get and how quickly you get winded, is still a big thing for weightlifting. I noticed back when I did do cardio back in the day, it helped out with my lifts a lot. You have a lot more energy in the gym. It's literally almost, to make a rough kind of crude comparison, it's almost a difference. Say you're doing an exercise like standing overhead press or bent rows or something that puts pressure on your diaphragm, right? If you ever notice how if you're kind of holding your breath or you're not breathing as deeply as you should, you get winded fast and you get tired and you get fatigued and you really can't get past, like, say, 6 reps. But then you notice how if you breathe deep with every single rep, you tend to get a few more extra reps out of there because you're allowing that oxygen to come in. You're getting that flow of oxygen. You're getting that stamina. That's a very crude comparison, obviously, but it's kind of the same thing in the grand scheme of it. You're going to have more energy, be able to get more reps, be able to move the weight much easier if you have good cardiovascular stamina. So that's what we're aiming at here with weightlifting. On top of that, I realize I'm getting winded going up and down staircases. So he's the same way. Don't let him fool you. He's just back in the gym. I like that shirt, though. I have that same shirt. I bet some of y'all have the same shirt, too, I think. But yeah, also, fellas, my dudes, cardio, yeah, getting that heart health cardio makes a big difference in the sex life department, if that's an issue for you at all. It does make a humongous difference, that kind of stamina. You'll know what I'm talking about once you kick it up into gear. As far as types of cardio, I'd say just stick with HIIT. That's what I'm doing, high intensity interval training that we just went over. It's about, like I said, 6 to 8 intervals, depending on what you're doing, and you can make it as hard or as easy as you want, depending on where you're at. So you can do 2 full minutes of an all-out sprint, or you can, and with like 30 seconds of recovery walking in between, or you can do 30 seconds of a sprint with 2 minutes of walking in between. Again, start slow, ease your way into it, don't kill yourself, make it efficient, make it count. But that's it. Subscribe now, like this video, hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all in the info box below, and subscribe now again.
Some baby weight curls for bodybuilders. Like Nick Wright. Nick Wright.
Video. If you didn't see it, check it out. It's right here. It's the video about how girls like confidence over aesthetics, about how too many people in the fitness industry focus on trying to build that body. They see people like Ziz pulling girls. They see that Ziz is aesthetic and ripped. They think he got the girls because he's aesthetic and ripped. We went over in the last video, and most of you agreed, how it's the confidence that got the girls. The body was just icing on the cake. But the body's like anything. The body is like basically the body and the paint job of a nice car. It's useless if you don't have the right engine inside pushing it. You're not going to go anywhere with it. If you're awkward, you're quiet, you have a boring, dull personality, or you're not confident at all, you can be the most ripped dude on earth and you still will not be able to have any luck with girls. So the reason I'm bringing this subject up now is to answer a lot of the comments and questions I got in that last video. That's right, I don't ignore you guys. I actually love interacting with you guys, so keep them coming. A lot of the comments were, yes, Nick, but building your body will help to build the confidence. And some comments were even that, Nick,